He's made some improvement, but he still has to go. And move explosively in the next couple days and Friday, and do things that a running back has to do to play in the league, and also be able to protect himself. So Gruden is not signing off that he is playing this weekend yet.
You mean
So
John Gruden?
that's huh?
John Gruden.
Yeah, John Gruden has not signed off on this yet. Um, so I think that for right now, it's something to watch. So, um, and and really the passing game, if it's going to go through anyone, is probably going to go through Darren Waller. So I think the Oakland probably still wins this game. I'm going to say uh, 28-24.
Yeah, I'm going to give the Raiders uh, a very inspiring effort, but I'm going to go 31-19, another double-digit loss for Jaguars. Jaguars are just simply reeling. They look really, really bad. Too bad, too. I really have a lot of admiration for the franchise. We all had a lot of high hopes, obviously, going into the year, but unfortunately, they'll have to wait till next year under potentially a new regime. All right, well, one you ought to be all too close with. You've got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to North Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Really, this one shouldn't be close. I think that the Seattle Seahawks should blow out the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers have not been all that great. I think that Seattle got a wake-up call. I don't know how many people actually saw the interview that Shaquille Griffin did, where he said basically we were a little too on our high horse. We're too full of ourselves after that Monday night victory that we thought we were just going to walk into LA and take care of business. And we didn't do that. We were not mentally prepared for that game. And so I think they come into this game against Carolina. I think they absolutely mop up. Again, Carolina has been absolutely horrible against the running game, giving up the most fantasy points to running backs. They give up the 8th most amount of points to wide receivers. So really, this should be a bit of a comeback game also for Russell Wilson. So I think that Wilson should put up a lot of numbers. Chris Carson is going to be in for a big game. Hopefully, Tyler Lockett has a bit of a comeback and should show some good work in this game. I think that both Lockett and Metcalf should be fine. Jacob Hollister, I think, is a solid streaming tight end. As far as Carolina goes, the only two really, in my opinion, must plays are actually three. McCaffrey, because you're not going to sit him. DJ Moore, who already has 1,000 receiving yards on the season, and then if he plays, Greg Olsen. He's questionable as of right now. He's been taking part in individual drills so far this week, but the Seattle Seahawks have been horrible against tight ends, and a lot of people there. I was listening to Seattle Sports Talk today, and a lot of them were saying, well, it very well could be it's just the way that this defense is run. The soft spots in this defense are usually where those tight ends are running their routes, and so that's. And it's been like that for years. Greg Olsen has eaten up the Seahawks for years in Carolina. So Olsen, I definitely think could be a solid streaming start again if he is healthy this week. If not, Ian Thomas could provide some value there. So overall, I think Seattle wins this one. I'm going to say 31-20.
Do you think they keep McCaffrey in check?
I think that McCaffrey's going to get his yards. Receiving running backs do give the Seahawks some trouble. Dalvin Cook in the Minnesota game, he was not running the ball well between the tackles, but was getting a lot of yards on screen passes and such. And so, with the way that Carolina uses McCaffrey in the passing game, he will get his yards.
All right, and I've got Seattle winning this contest 35-17. All right, New England against Cincinnati, undoubtedly the biggest mismatch of the week.
Yeah, this will be interesting with the whole Spygate 2.0 coming out. Really, I think that Cincinnati's defense has played okay. They just can't score any points on offense. But and with the New England offense really sputtering, I still think that New England wins this. I mean, I think that this is a game where you could actually play Tom Brady. I don't like it, but I think you could play him. James White, I think, provides the most value in terms of the running back there. And Julian Edelman obviously is the only wide receiver that you really is really rosterable for the Patriots. Dalton, I don't want anything to do with anyone on this Cincinnati offense, except for maybe Joe Mixon, who since week 8 is I want to say he's number 5 in terms of running backs, in terms of average points per game in PPR. So really, he's done okay over the last 7 or 8 weeks, but not it's been a long road for them. They're going up against a very good New England defense. I think that New England wins this one. I'll say 17-10.
I actually figure New England will win 30-14. So,
okay.
All right, let's go on to Kansas City, where the Denver Broncos and their new toy called Drew Lock takes on Patrick Mahomes. The Broncos been disappointing, but if there any silver lining comes out of it, you hope Drew Lock is their guy for the future. But they're definitely going to have a tough task at Arrowhead Stadium, a place I've actually been to one time. But, the Kansas City Chiefs are playing for something. Denver really isn't playing for much of anything. What do you got?
I think that the Chiefs win this one. The Denver Broncos can play tough defense. The Chiefs struggle. The Chiefs' main struggle on defense has been in the running game, so it could provide some space for Philip Lindsay to get going. Drew Lock, I think, could do okay, but he's not one that I really want to have to use in a single quarterback type of fantasy setting. Courtland Sutton is definitely a guy that is at least flex worthy at minimum. And I still don't trust Noah Fant in terms of his production, especially coming off an injury right now, dealing, I believe, with an ankle injury. So, as far as Kansas City goes, Patrick Mahomes is a must start. I really don't trust anyone in the running back core for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's gone so back and forth on who's actually healthy, who's not, who's going to get the production, who's not. So I'm avoiding the Kansas City backfield. Tyreek Hill is a must start. And as always, I prefer Mecole Hardman as a dart throw DFS play that could provide big value, because he's just almost as dangerous as Tyreek Hill in having only one target, but it's one catch for a 65-yard touchdown. So, and Travis Kelce obviously is a must start. So, really, I think that Kansas City wins this one. I'm going to say, 27-17.
All right, well, I'll give Kansas City the odd edge as well, 27-10, though. All right,
okay.
In a game that I always like to joke around, the Houston Texans against the previously known Houston Oilers. A.k.a. the Tennessee Titans. Not a battle for first place in this contest, a lot to play for.
Yeah, and it should be interesting to see how Tennessee does in this game. Playing at home helps. The Houston offense is very, very dangerous, and even though their defense got blown out this last week by Denver, the offense is always going to be hot, and so Watson is a must play if you've got him. The running back game is too questionable. Really, DeAndre Hopkins is an obvious start. You're not going to sit him. Kenny Stills, Will Fuller may be injured. We're waiting to see whether or not he's going to play this week. I'm not holding my breath, honestly, period. With him being late scratches, I'm not holding my breath he's going to play this week. But if he doesn't, Kenny Stills is a guy that could step in. And Darren Fells has had quite the season as a tight end. Right now he's a top 10 tight end, which is phenomenal considering that in past years Houston hasn't hardly used a tight end in their offense. As far as Tennessee goes, Ryan Tannehill has been absolutely outstanding over the last 8 weeks. If he's available and you're even questionable about your quarterback position, I'm questionable about using Josh Allen this week. And so I'm honestly considering in one league where he's available, picking up Ryan Tannehill to play over Josh Allen this week. So Derrick Henry's a must start. He should be in for a big game running the ball. And of the wide receivers, A.J. Brown is the most likely to get the work for Tennessee. So I think that Tennessee actually wins this one over Houston. I think their defense is a little more sound than Houston's as well. So I'm going to go Tennessee winning this game over Houston 31-28.
I'm going with Tennessee too. You've convinced me that Ryan Tannehill has definitely found a new home, and hopefully, I hope he does well there. I'm going to go with the Titans 28-24. All right, now the Philadelphia Eagles against the Washington Redskins. Philadelphia tied for first with the Dallas Cowboys at 6-7. Scary thought, isn't it?
Well, you forget that I'm from Seattle, and I remember that 2010 season when they made it into the playoffs at 7-9. So,
right, true.
I think that Philadelphia is going to win this one. Wentz I think should have a decent game. Sanders should provide some value considering as long as he's healthy. And really, there's not a whole lot in terms of the receiving game except for Zach Ertz. He's the only one I think that you can really trust in that offense. As far as the Washington Redskins go, Peterson is the main guy that's healthy. I think he's a low-end flex play. And Terry McLaurin in the receiving game is the main guy there. So I really think that Philadelphia is going to win this game. Washington has been pretty much a joke for the most part all season. So I'm going to say Philadelphia wins this one 21-10.
Yeah, I'm going to go Philadelphia. I'll go 22-17. They win this game, obviously, they certainly have a chance to get in the playoffs with the Cowboys. We'll get to them in a moment, but we'll move on to the desert where the Cleveland Browns, all of a sudden, who were laughing stocks, are now having a chance to get to 500 against the Arizona Cardinals. So the Browns enter the game 6-7. Arizona 3-9-1. Who you got?
In this one, I think I'm going to go with Cleveland over Arizona. Baker Mayfield has been playing okay, not great, but okay. Nick Chubb, as long as they continue to lean on Nick Chubb in the run game, and the way that they've been using Kareem Hunt in the passing game, lining him up whether it be at tight end or out wide or running wheel routes out of the backfield, Kareem Hunt has been very, very productive since he's come off the injured list. So both those running backs I think are usable. Landry has been the number one wide receiver in that offense. And we'll see. We'll still kind of wait and see how David Njoku does. It could be a big game for him, considering that Arizona is the worst team in the league at guarding the tight end. And so David Njoku, I think, is more of a kind of a lottery ticket kind of a guy in DFS. As far as the Arizona Cardinals go, Kyler Murray has had a very good season. I'm not sure what to make of the running back situation for Arizona. I can't read it, to be completely honest. Kenny Drake may get a lot of the work. I just don't necessarily know how he's gonna do against the Cleveland front seven. And Christian Kirk is really the only wide receiver that I really want anything to do with for this matchup. I'm going to say Cleveland wins this one. I'll say 24-17.
Now I'm going to go Cleveland as well, 28-22. I got to give Murray at least 3 touchdowns. So, but hey, listen, you know what? If Cleveland can go ahead and get to 500, maybe Freddie Kitchens' job might be safer than we think it was. Things looked bad, but the Browns were patient with him, and now they're in the thick of things. Or at least, I wouldn't totally write them off. I give the Browns credit for, playing much better as time has gone on. So I'm with you on the Browns. All right, the Minnesota Vikings are in L.A. to take on the Chargers. A very important game for Minnesota. Chargers season, 5-8. I know they'll be moving into their new stadium pretty soon. Who you got?
Minnesota. The Chargers have played okay defense. Their offense has been so back and forth. They've played well against bad teams, but have not played well against good teams. So Cousins, I think, is the quarterback to own in this one. I don't really like Phillip Rivers, even against the Minnesota defense that's been giving up a lot in the pass game. I still prefer Cousins. I think that Cook should be in for a decent game. Gordon, Eckler are back and forth on who's going to outscore the other, but I think that this is a solid enough matchup. Both of them are startable. As far as the Minnesota wide receivers, Diggs is going to be your number one. Adam Thielen, it's looking like he may actually be playing this week after a 4-week absence. So they're going to test out the hamstring. He's a guy to look at, but really Diggs is the only one I'm for sure starting. And Kyle Rudolph, I think, could provide a little bit of value in the passing game. As far as the Chargers with their passing game,